Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another 12 frames per second. Um, I'm Hex, and we are now. This immediately follows the FPS in Articulo Mortis, as in, this literally takes place 10 minutes after it. Um, you'll want to listen to that one first. It's uploading as we speak. I'm very sorry about that. Um, and also, mind the triggers here. Yeah, this is gonna be violence, the game. Don't worry about that. Well, don't yes worry, don't worry, but yeah. So we're gonna we're just gonna dive into this. It's gonna be fun. I have no idea how this is gonna go, but that's fine. But we we our camera had panned up on Thrall leaving Raf to basically succumb to the poison they had stabbed him with on his office floor. And they had teleported back to their manor, and they have a set teleportation circle in the manor where they appear. And it's on the east wing of the house, that where deliveries are kept, where deliveries are usually made, that they appear. They're still bleeding from the fucking 75 damage Raph dealt to them in one fucking hit, RJ. And they've once they're kind of back in necessarily in so to speak the privacy of their manor, the a hand comes up to clutch at that wound, uh because it's very apparent they seem to be feeling that a little bit more than they had let on initially. Um, they don't stagger. They don't, stumble, fall, gasp for breath, anything. They just clutch that wound, make a very hissed sound of annoyance that could roughly, roughly be interpreted as rogues. And and they make their way deeper into the manor towards the entrance hall and the stairwell that will then lead them down into the study and, more importantly, the medical wing. And so they are making their way that direction. And as they and that is currently their kind of trajectory, so to speak. So, Whirl, my beloved, hello.
Hey. Hello. Hello, Hex.
Hi.
Hello, audience. Hello, everyone. I am also here.
Mm-hmm.
And when I cameoed uh in the FPS that precluded this one,
Proceeded.
preceded this one,
Yeah.
preceded, not precluded. Those are two different words. I know what words mean. Um, in the FPS that preceded this one, my character Memoir had a little bit of a cameo. And the last thing we saw of him was a flash of gold from his eyes as his umbrella fell into his hand and the fabric burned away, revealing not an umbrella, but a sword.
Mm-hmm.
And we momentarily zip back to to that office that still looks like an absolute crime scene,
Mm-hmm.
as that sword is lightly tossed from hand to hand, golden eyes sweeping over the absolute wreckage in front. And there's a small smile and a tilt of the head. Because someone was trying to send a message. That message was received, but maybe not by the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And a hand is raised and there is a flash of divine magic. As Memoir casts the spell Foresight.
Ah, okay. All right, okay, all right. That's, you know, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Um, for those in our audience, present and listening later, um, Foresight is a ninth level spell. Just, just a little
Mm-hmm.
tidbit there. Um, you know, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Handy dandy little ninth level spell. Goes off with a snap of the fingers and a flash of gold light and a little bit of a little bit of smoke, but who's counting?
mm.
And then there's a backward step and the camera cuts again, and we are back with Thrall. Thrall, roll perception.
Yeah, all right. I'll roll perception. Let me grab my dice. All right. I love their perception. That's not a dice. Those are buttons. Why are there buttons in my dice box? Where's my dice? Thrall, where's your dice? That's not your dice.
Where are the terrible calamari dice?
I actually have Cthulhu dice that are currently at a friend's place. I need to
Oh
get those. I need
no!
to get those back at one point. But yeah. Okay. So let's see what your perception. Fuck me. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Sure. That's a 14 plus. Your perception is stupid, isn't it? Yep. DMV did that thing again that I hate, but that's fine. Your perception is a plus 10. Yep, so that's a 24.
All right. And let me just roll a quick performance.
Mm-hmm.
DMV, are you dead?
Yeah.
DMV, but holy shit. Well, that's a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
So, Thrall, you are heading through your house, down towards your medical area,
Mm-hmm.
when you hear a very familiar, slightly haunting voice echoing down the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Very lovely voice. Softly singing a song you've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
And this shouldn't be possible because the source of that voice hasn't been here for at least a couple months now.
It's the source of that voice was in fact stolen from them several months ago. Uh so that's a certainly odd little thing that they freeze immediately in their steps uh listening. There's a curious head tilt.
If you'd
And
like, I can actually give the song
what
because
is the song?
I know the song. Uh, Hang on, let me fucking try and remember the lyrics. It's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold my hand. Oh, baby, it's a long way down, a long way down.
Excellent. So they start to make their way towards this voice. They don't say anything, and actually, I am going to have them. Let's see here. What have you got to work with, my darling dear? Don't mind me, just checking a thing. Do 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 do. Yep, 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 yep. Cool. All right. So you ain't got that, but that's okay. Um. So, oh wait, no, they do have this. Okay. Da, da, da. No. Okay. So it is just the flat fucking. Damn. All right. Or you can fucking. Yeah. Sure. We'll take a 19. That's fine. We'll take a 19 to your stealth. That's fine. That's a that is
Should I?
no 3 equals 22. So that's a 22 to stealth. Because that's different and so they're immediately caution and they are moving quietly up to the source of this voice. Not necessarily to attack, but definitely investigating, like, as you would when you should have nobody in your fucking manor and they're suddenly now singing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to roll contesting perception?
You may if you would like. They're not, like I said, they're not intending to, like, oh yeah, the Henriks are there. Don't worry about that. How are the Henriks? It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Henrik.
They're giving Thrall a wide berth right now. They know what the fuck is going on.
That's a 26.
Yep, okay. So when if you need a Henriks. I like how you word that. So anyway, fuck. As Thrall is sort of sneaking their way in, they get fairly close before you do hear them, but eventually you do hear the telltale, like, quiet, little tick tick of their heeled boots on the floor, moving cautiously in the direction of your voice.
There's a pause that could be interpreted as one song coming to an end, and then another picks up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be. We met at midnight in the hanging tree.
And eventually, they pause in the doorway. And they're considering you, Memoir. It's not hostile. It's very much cautious. And they are... well, they're studying you, for lack of a better word. Trying to put some puzzle pieces together here. And you can totally nat 20 that intelligence check. Cool, Thrall, thanks. Love that for you. I was gonna say, and we can see how well they put together that, Memoir transed his gender, a bit after, being rescued. And apparently they can do a pretty good job of that. So, they actually wait for Memoir to, again, pause in his singing, and they give a little, just a very quiet little, very well sung.
Whatever you just did, it.
It was, they gave a very quiet clap.
Oh. And Memoir, who is lounging very casually on that window seat in this all too familiar to him room, kind of turns his head to look at you in a way that almost it's more of a roll than a turn, and he smiles at you and says, "Well, thank you. I thought you might have missed my voice. I heard you were looking for me."
Not in so many words, but you could say I have been. Though, well, I see now why it was a little harder to track you down, Mr. Beckford.
Well, you can't blame me for trying, can you, friend?
That gets a little, it's not a head tilt, but they do kind of like incline their head a little bit at that one.
Question, how close is Thrall right now?
They are in the doorway. They have not properly entered the room just yet.
Okay, and how big is the room?
Memoir's room. I can actually pull up the map. I think I still have that. Or did I delete that? Oh, shit. I think I deleted that. I did. Bad me. Yeah, I'll find. Oh, no. Here it is. Haha. So Memoir's room was. No, please. Can we zoom in? I would like to zoom in. 5, 10, 15, 20. It was a fairly large room. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, essentially almost a studio. Had bed, had like a study sitting area, had, nice big windows. Um, so
Schmancy.
it was schmancy. So it was, so if Memoir is in the window, um, then Thrall is 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 30, 35. Thrall is 35 feet away in the doorway.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Mm.
And hmm. Nemar will kind of again with movements that don't seem quite like what you remember. They're too fluid, too smooth. There's too many frames to that animation.
Mm-hmm. Compared to what Memoir's normally animated on, yeah.
Mm-hmm. In fact, it almost looks stop motion. Uh, you know that way that stop motion animation is very like smooth and floaty in some places?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit like that as Memoir sort of uncrosses his legs from where he had been lounging in the window seat, stands up, big stretchy wings go wide open. Those eyes on those wings are staring right at you.
Mm-hmm.
And he will walk over to that little study sitting area and say, "Well, you went through an awful lot of trouble. If you have questions, you could have just asked, friend." And he will take a seat in one of the chairs and gesture for Thrall to join him.
Thrall steps into the room. Uh as they are approaching, it's their hands are clasped behind them. That wound is still it's not gushing, but it is still kind of seeping. Uh there's been a small trail following them this whole time. Um and
Mm-hmm.
they don't sit. They do pause and they uh incline their head in what could be an apologetic sort of manner. You seem to be under the impression I wanted to ask you questions, and I am afraid that is not the case now, Mr. Beckford.
True, but hmm, maybe it should have been. And I'm gonna make a wild guess here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume Thrall is within 20 feet.
Yep.
Cool. So Memoir casts Force Cage.
Hey, we love that. Let me just. Do they have counterspell prepared? They don't. Cool. So yeah, you get the force cage off. Uh,
Yeah. So basically, around the both of them, it's not just around Thrall. I will note that
mm-hmm.
the bright golden image of a birdcage sears itself into reality.
Yep.
And it is like a blinding flash. Like, Thrall, you have your history with divine magic.
Mm-hmm.
You know divine magic when you see it.
Yep.
This is like supercharged cleric magic.
And that's a little interesting because they do know that Memoir's blood is weird, we'll say. It's a tiny bit divine there. They I think they tweaked something off there with it. Uh
Mm-hmm.
so they
And this is definitely the same shade of gold.
yeah. So they're, that's okay. They're putting some things together. They're recalling a couple of tropes here and with everything that's just happened, they're forming a picture and they they I wouldn't say they raise their hands placating in a placating gesture, but they do, like, their hands do unfold and they're kind of out at their sides, like clearly empty. Um and they say, "Ah, I see what's happening here."
And why don't you share with the class? I'm sure everyone would love to hear more vile words out of that filthy mouth of yours.
Mr. Beckford, if
Alejo. And that was your first mistake. And he is actually going to fire off an Eldritch Blast at them.
okay, roll to hit.
Attack, that is a 22. Does a 22 hit?
Fuck, yeah, that hits.
And what is the damage on that? That is 1d10 force damage. And then do I have anything that makes that stronger? Let me see my features. Devil's Sight, Eyes of the Runekeeper. I do not. So that is going to be... I do not have Agonizing Blast. I just have... Yeah, so that's going to be... Roll 1d10. Wait, does that get any stronger as you level up? I forget. Sorry, I forget how
At
this
level,
works.
you get an extra blast that you have to do an attack roll for at 5th, 11th, and then 17th.
Okay, cool. So I have to roll all three of those.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll. That's a 17 for the second beam.
Let me double check what this makes your... Yes, that does.
Okay. That is a 24 for the third.
Fuck, yeah, okay.
And it's a 4 total, right?
3 at level 11 and 4 at 17. So,
Correct. Okay, and we're at level 19, so...
yep.
And that's a 26 for the fourth.
Yep. Cool, yeah.
So, roll 3d10. 9 plus 22.
Damn, Memoir. I mean, that makes sense, but ow. Okay, math.
So, hang on. We have a
Yes.
math bot.
No, I have a math bot. It's fine. I got it. I have a math bot. It's my brain. It's fine. Um, so, Memoir, you hit them, and there's a very clear surprise, but it's probably not for the reasons you think. Uh, Thrall is hit with this. I would say it's warlock magic, but really I'm gonna say this is probably actually divine magic in the Eldritch Blast. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
at least for most of them.
Mm-hmm. Three
And
out of the four would be
yeah, divine.
pure primordial divine magic.
Yeah, so their eyes go kind of wide, and there's a there's a there is a pause, and then they once more, Mr. Alejo, I realize what you are doing, but I don't think you have considered the consequences of your actions. Um, and they are going to respond to that. Where are we gonna? Let's see here. How high do I have to? Do. Yep, yep. Okay, cool. So they would have to upcast or roll. Yeah, they're gonna actually do a. They're gonna upcast it to the. Nope, nope. They're just gonna cast it up. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna dispel magic on the. Wait, can the force cage be dispelled? I actually have to double check that. I can't remember. Uh, no, that's right. Okay, so they would not do that. Never mind. Never mind. I remembered before they tried something stupid. Um,
Gosh, Thrall, this is one of your favorite spells.
it is, but I am but a man, and my memory is sometimes feeble. Uh,
You are so valid, and we love you.
that is why I bothered to check. So instead of that, they are instead going to hit Memoir with hold person,
Okay.
which is an interesting thing to consider. But yeah, roll a wisdom save, Memoir.
Okay. What's my wisdom save? That's a +10. Come on. DMV. DMV, please.
Nope.
Oh, does a 28 work?
Yes, that does work actually. That works quite well. So they do in fact try to get you with a hold person. Doesn't seem doesn't even like it tries, and it just, I mean, it's almost just, you do that like shoulder shrug and it just away. Uh which gets them another bit of surprised realization. And they they haven't they haven't backed away from you. And their stance is still fairly open, but they do make one more I would say, I'm calling it a plea, but that's not quite like, they're making one more kind of like uh
Attempt.
attempt to, hey, maybe don't do that. Just in the form of, are you certain that this is the path you wish to take, Mr. Alejo? I can already tell you that the effects you will suffer are possibly worse than what you would deal with, what you potentially will deal to me.
You assume I care. Oh, and you assume this is what I want. Oh, honey. Honey, no, no. Oh, gosh, you think I wanted this. No. Oh, you sweet, silly thing. No. And he actually stands up from where he'd still been sitting in that
Yep.
armchair waiting for you to join him.
Mm-hmm.
And he has his wings mantled up around him, and those eyes are still watching you, and more and more and more of those golden eyes are opening up
Mm-hmm.
along those black feathers. And he said, "No, see, this is your own fault. You could have had a potential ally. You could have had someone who would have argued mercy for you in the finale. But then you tried to kill my father. Do you understand how that might have burned some bridges, Thrall?"
They seem more surprised at the thought that they had an ally here. Honestly,
I
they
was willing to consider there might have been some part of you, some teeny tiny itty bitty shred that maybe was worth some form of redemption, but uh, it's just not worth it. Not after everything. Especially not after everything I know, after everything you put in my head, after all the things I've learned, after how I had to fracture to hold it all. I don't care. I don't care what consequences you try to threaten me with, mix big bag evil guy villain person. I really don't give a shit. I'm here to give you a little taste of your own medicine, cause see, you really like sending messages. I'm here to send one of my own. And can I roll an attack?
yeah, go ahead.
Cool, 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 cool. Oh god, I don't have the secondhand sword pulled up. Hang on. I actually have to go all the way to the old plans from Memory Lane to get this. Memory Lane plans. Oh, no. Please hold.
Do 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 do.
Secondhand sword. 1d20 plus 7. 20 plus 7. And I forget, does Foresight give advantage on that, or is it just disadvantage on attacks against me?
It should give you advantage. The target can't be surprised. Yep, advantage. Ability checks. Oh, and saving throws.
Oh, huh. Neat.
Yeah. So there you go.
16.
Meets it, beats it.
Yeah, so, Thrall, you know that injury you were clutching earlier?
Yep.
Memoir flips that black sword in his hand and sinks it right into that.
Oh, uh, cool. That goes right through them. It squelches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let's see, what was the damage on that? Okay. And you said it goes through?
It's squishy. Yeah, Raph pinned them to the fucking chair when he stabbed them.
Ah, okay. If it goes through, I get to do a bit of extra damage. Neat.
Or he pinned them with the dagger. Either way, like either way, they're getting stabbed.
Roll 1d8 plus 2. This is slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3.
Oh, minimal damage. That's okay.
That's alright. And then 1d10 plus 2 piercing damage. Damn it, all 3! Boo.
Oh, that's okay.
6 damage total, though. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
It squelches. It's mm, that's all I can just it squelches. They don't move otherwise. They don't even gasp. It's kind of unnerving. Maybe even a little bit maybe even a little bit anticlimactic. They just it's kind of just disappointing, really. They're stabbed, it squelches, and now they're standing there and they're stabbed, and they look down and back at Memoir, uh, and it's it's strained, which lets you know, okay, that
It did
it
something.
did something at least, but wow, that's a little disappointing. But it is strained when they just say, "All right, the hard way then." And they have, let's see here, what do they have left? They don't have a lot left. They don't have a lot left. But let's, like father like son, roll me a con save.
Er. Memoir's con is significantly better than his dad's.
Let me roll, yeah. No, let me just roll 8d8 real quick.
Oh, it's a 0, but
You get advantage on it, by the way.
yeah. All right, so let's really hope that that advantage works, because that first one's a fucking nat 1. It's a nat 1. Come on, DMB.
Oops, that's
please
wrong.
roll the thing. Okay, 19.
1 second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. I need to double check what their DC is for that. Yes, that does meet, that does save. So you only take half of this.
Oh boy.
Eh.
Let's see.
So that you take 21 damage.
Ooh, fun. 21, 43 minus 21.
I'm sorry, how much health did you say Memoir had?
143.
Oh, 100. I heard 43. That's why I was like, excuse me?
No, he has 143.
Okay,
so that
okay.
would take him down to 122.
Yep.
And Thrall, when you fire that off, I'm guessing that was Blight again?
Yes, it was Blight again.
There's a fun little effect, because you are up close and personal with the hands holding that sword, and you see black cracks shoot right through that porcelain and start to release smoke.
For a fun bit of flavor, Thrall's Blight is basically black creeping veins that probably went up the second sword and up those arms. So, yeah. Thrall is observing all of this, and they do not like the conclusions that are coming.
There's a head tilt and a smile. And let's see. Persistence of memory. Yes. This is technically an action, but I don't believe we're in like a proper hit thing.
I mean, it's combat, but like whatever. This is flavor. Or
yeah.
this is informal.
Yeah, this is informal. There is no rules here. Anyway, Memoir looks at those cracks and he kind of tilts his head in a very similar manner to how Thrall frequently does. And that smile just gets wider to the point where it almost starts to creep off the edges of his face. And you see, just as those cracks appeared, they don't disappear, but they begin to almost immediately seal in with gold.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thrall notes that. And I think at that point, they are going to I mean, this was a bonus action, so that's but it's fine. Yeah, they're gonna bonus action Misty Step, which bumps that to not be impaled anymore. Um,
As, most people would wish to be.
yeah, most people don't want to be impaled, so they do that. That is not that. That is that. Okay. So now they're behind Memoir,
Mm-hmm.
and quite frankly, hmm,
Hmm.
mm, I'm thinking of what they'll do because Memoir want fight. Thrall, Thrall don't want fight. Um, Thrall no want fight actually. So they're gonna
But
do.
Thrall is in a box.
Thrall is in a box. They would like to not be in a box. So actually, that now becomes make me another whiz save
Sure. Let's
because I
see.
realized, oh right, you can do this.
That's a 26 on the first roll, and
Fuck.
let's see if we
Yeah.
can
Okay.
get any
Fine.
higher. And that's a 19 on the second.
Yeah, you save. They just tried to dominate person to make you dance to make you dispel the fucking force cage. And that didn't work. So they are. They're hmm. It's one of those. Oh, interesting. I seem to have okay. There seem to be some consequences for my actions here. All right. Um.
They've been thrown a bit on the back foot.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. And they they're also trying to stall a little bit here, because they have a hunch, they have a theory, so they're trying to see if this theory will prove out, but it takes time. So again, that doesn't work. So they do back up a step, um, and it's mostly more of the same. There's going to be consequences. And then they kind of ask, how long do you suspect you can keep this up, Mr. Alejo?
Depends what you mean by this. The cage? Obviously, the spell only lasts an hour, but I'm sure I can do plenty with that amount of time, don't you think? I'm sure you've done plenty with it. After all, isn't this one of your favorites?
It has its utility, but you know that is not what I am referring to. Um, I'm
Hey,
more
sunshine, enlighten me.
your divine fury that you are currently channeling.
So you picked up on that. Sure, I've never done this before. I've never had anyone piss me off this badly.
I would almost say they like incline their head amused, but they're hurting. So the I'm very flattered is a lot more deadpan than nor would probably otherwise be.
You should be. It takes a special kind of infuriating jackass.
They can only just incline their head like, yeah, that sounds about right. I've been called that before.
Oh boy. Let's see.
They do
Hmm.
eventually just, well, Mr. Alejo, I seem to be trapped in here with you. So whatever it is you do plan to do, I would be a little quick about it. And they do kind of make a motion to his arms. No telling how long you'll no telling how long until you crack for good.
Porcelain can be replaced. And he kind of smiles and you gesture at his arms, and that seems to set off a light bulb in his head. And hey, Thrall,
Mm-hmm.
you are, or at least one point were, a changeling.
They were at one point.
So you know what it looks like when someone has natural innate shapeshifting magic.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the effects of that as rows upon rows of teeth creep up Memoir's arms, the porcelain being replaced with flesh as sharp teeth replace those golden lines that look almost like strips of film wound up around his arms. Actually, that gives me a great idea! And it's your turn to roll a wisdom save.
Oh boy! I actually need to double check a thing, because I do believe they have. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, right, they have those. I forgot to roll their fucking portents. I'll do that later. Fuck, okay. That's a. And I'm just double checking to make sure that they don't have anything here. Okay, cool. Nope. Okay. So that is a 28.
All right, that saves. So you similarly do not get hold personed. And Memoir hums and says, suppose that was asking for too much. But that doesn't matter. I don't mind if you hold still or not.
I am gonna roll
And
their.
is Thrall gonna do anything?
I'm gonna roll their portents real quick. Just really, really quick. Ooh, that's okay. 6. That's fuck. Okay, that'll help them. That'll help them later. Fuck. Shit. Okay. Cool. 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 Don't mind me. I'm just writing these down for my reference. Wait, no, that's a 6, not a. Okay, be useful for them later. So they just he just tried to fucking hold person them. That did not work. Um, but they are now gonna. Did they take their dagger? They did take their dagger. Actually, excuse me.
Hmm?
Get hexed. Uh, it'll just they're gonna deal a little extra damage. It'll be a little handy because yeah, that's they don't like what's going on here. This is bad. Um, and for giggles, because it's just ability checks, but for giggles, you're gonna get disadvantage on dex, but you have the foresight, so that just means that now you just roll normally, so that's fine. Everything's fine. Um,
Is foresight so useful and
Foresight's,
fun?
oh god, I love foresight. I think they actually have. Nope, they don't. Not this version does not have access to it yet. But that's fine. Um, they don't need that. So they're gonna do that. You got a hex, which is a bonus action, and now, uh, that
What does Hex do?
so basically every time you get hit with an attack, you take an extra d6 of damage, and now whenever you make just a dex ability check, um, you're gonna roll it normally with the foresight.
Okay, fun.
Yeah, it's they're doing it mostly for the extra damage because, okay, this is a fight. Very well, fine. they are going to. The problem here that they are very aware of is a lot of their magic and spells that they prepared aren't damaging.
Hmm?
And I did this on purpose. Me, I do this.
You do this.
I do this. But they do have a very, very handy little firebolt that they can hit you with, and it's a lot. It could hurt a lot. But
Go ahead.
we're gonna fucking roll that. Fuck me. Okay. What's your AC, Memoir?
Memoir's AC is a 15.
Yeah. Okay. That. Mm-hmm. 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 Uh,
You do not have very good AC.
no, that's fine. That's not how you math, brain. It's supposed to be a 28, not an 18. Anyway,
Yep, 28. That hits.
that hit.
Roll for damage.
That hit. Yeah. Here's the fun part. Firebolt deals extra damage when you're higher level. This is a lot. This is gonna be a lot.
Oh boy.
I say that. Okay. Okay, there we go. So 6, 3, 10, and 8. So that's 11, 17, 27 plus a d6. 33. 33 damage.
Okay, 122 minus 33. 89.
Yep. So they have hit Memoir with Firebolt. They are very interestingly enough, the dagger that they had, hit.
Wait a second.
Yo,
Wouldn't that attack roll be at disadvantage because of foresight?
you're right. Shit. You're right. I forgot. That's a 17 on the dice.
Still hits.
So it still hits.
Proceed.
Proceed. But you do notice they start to reach for their dagger, and then they abort the motion to do the firebolt. So they had started to go stab, and then decided that might be a bad idea. Spoiler alert: it's because the knife is still poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh right, yeah, that's a smart idea. Thanks, RJ. I forgot. But yeah.
Memoir will kind of smile, noticing that, even as, like, he's partially on fire, which is a little unsettling, because very similarly to Thrall, he's not reacting to damage.
These two cryptids aren't reacting to pain.
Very similarly to Thrall, yeah, no, he's not reacting to taking damage. Instead, it just sends more cracks up his arms, and also, a couple across his face, which, that's concerning.
Thrall kind of figured that would happen, so now it's just a matter of, beat him down. So let's go, I guess.
And he smiles and says, "Aw, what? Did you get your fill of poisoning me already? I mean, I suppose anyone would get bored of something after doing it for a few months."
Thrall inclines that, you were only here. How long was Memoir there? Memoir was there for. I'm doing math. You were only here for about 45 days, Mr. Alejo.
And Thrall, you can roll insight as he tilts his head and smiles at you, and there is a world behind those eyes as he says, "Was I really?"
That's a 27.
You are not dealing with just one person here.
Yup.
You are not dealing with just one person here.
Yep.
You are dealing with the conglomeration of several people, all of whom have a vendetta against you.
Yup.
Except one.
Except one, but that's fine. Don't worry about it.
But they don't care because they still want to see you fucked up because it'd be funny.
That'd be funny, huh? Um, um, hang on. Words, brain. That, again, more pieces. Thrall is kind of things Memoir had said earlier are, yep, getting recontextualized. They're realizing a couple of things. And they also comment, kind of chasing along on the poisoning, line. It was only 45 days. And also, this particular poison I currently do not have an antidote on hand for. Its use is rather permanent. Its use is rather final.
Oh. You are fond of digging your own grave, aren't you?
I've been dying for about 5 eons now.
And alas, I cannot be the one to kill you. That's not my role, as much as I would like it to be. But you know what they say. God said thou shalt not kill, but they said nothing about torture. And
They're all just... You get the impression of a raised eyebrow.
and he's going to make another swing at you, this time very specifically targeted. Which is Thrall's dominant hand?
They're ambidextrous, actually.
Okay, which is closer to Memoir at the moment?
I'm gonna say right.
Okay. Let's make an attack with the sword. Where is...
The Vorpal blade goes snicker snack.
And that's at advantage, right?
Yes.
Oh, come on. Dice. You're so mean.
What'd you get?
I got a 13 and a 12.
Oh, yeah, no, that doesn't hit, sorry.
Oh, well. They can dodge.
Yep, Thrall can dodge.
But it's okay. This doesn't require magic.
Yeah. Brain. So Thrall backs away from that. Just, yeah, that sword's bad vibes, actually. They don't like that. There's a lot happening there, and I need to no, they can't get out anyway. Never mind. I was about to say they can try this, but no, they can't. Because they only have that remaining. Oh, but they could do that. Oh, that's mean.
What are you gonna have them do?
That's a very mean thing that I could have them do to Memoir.
I am all ears.
Well, they can psychic crush him.
Remind me what that spell does?
You have to make an intelligence save, which first of all, intelligence saves, ouch. But then you, if you fail, you take 12d6, and you're stunned for a minute. Which the stunning part is the hurty part.
I mean, if you want to do it, I can make the intelligence save.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead. Thrall's getting a kind of tiny bit desperate. This is their last high-level spell. So make me an intelligence save. Add advantage.
I don't need it.
Oh. Cool.
The dice like me today, apparently.
Okay, cool. So you're still gonna take, I gotta roll a bunch of d6. You're still gonna take half of this damage. But,
Fun.
it's a lot. Crush brain like egg. That's not a lot of damage. Hang on, let's do this.
Crush brain like egg between thighs.
Crush head like sparrow's egg between thighs.
Make Zangief proud.
Yeah. You gotta make Papa Zangief proud. Jesus Christ, Dice. You know what you want. Okay. 3, 1. And one more set. I only have 4d6s. You gotta let me roll for a minute here. Okay.
Take your time. Take your time. We're having fun here.
We are. Plus 4. 3 plus 1. And then we roll that. 36, so you take 18 damage.
All right. 89 minus 18. 73. So a little... Actually, roughly about halfway health-wise.
Memoir's looking a little... Which, with the cracking in the face area, yeah,
Yeah, you start to see quite a bit of smoke, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And also...
Misty Step? Yeah, okay, sorry, continue.
And also a fair bit of bright gold blood.
Yeah. Oh,
and
boy.
I have never done this. What do I have to roll to grapple?
You specifically roll athletics.
Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and would that be at advantage or normal? Athletics is strength, right?
Athletics is strength, and yes, you get advantage with foresight.
That's a 15.
Okay, that's a 15.
For first roll, and athletic dice parser, or not dice parser, D&B, please. Stop lagging. I swear, my dad must be mining crypto in the other room or something. And that's a 20 on the second roll.
Okay, and then I roll either athletics or acrobatics. So now here's the fun part. I also got a dirty 20. Is it my meets it beats it, or is it Memoir's meets it beats it?
Meets it beats it. Does it usually go to the aggressor?
My meets it beats it. Okay, so
okay.
So it's pretty damn close, but again, and actually you would notice this getting into the getting it all up in their business to try and grapple them. Brawl don't feel so solid right now.
Squishy.
Kind of squishy.
And there is sort of a curious, excited, ooh, wonder how that works.
And yeah, but you can find out it's not going well for you. But that's they effectively slip away from you. They squirm away, and again they're keeping.
They do the cat thing.
They do the cat thing. They kind of cat wiggle.
For all cat confirmed.
Their spine just kind of contorts, and they just like lift their leggy, and then they're like out, and then just yep. That yeah, they don't. They're very much just trying to not fight. More just stall and wear you down. So. And they know that's not going to get you down in time. So they're gonna... I'm actually gonna have them do a... Oh, I didn't mark that off. I gotta mark that. Okay. So, they only have 2 of those left. Shit. Thrall's running out of spells. They're not used to this. This is a little bad.
This is just a battle of attrition.
This really is. Oh wait, but they get this back. Okay.
This is what happens when you go up against someone who's, fully juiced when you've already been
And they
slightly
also
decimated.
Yep. Oh, and they also get one of these. Oh, they can be mean. Okay, I'm gonna be mean. Because they're getting desperate and they're kind of like, oh fuck this. They're gonna hold person. But they're roll only one dice because your other one is gonna be their 6 portend.
Okay.
So basically, it's your other dice roll is a 6. Uh, so only roll
Well,
one.
the first one is the one that I rolled was a nat 20, so.
Fuck! I'm delighted. Thrall is getting frustrated, actually. You see, much like how Memoir's wings have multiple eyes opening on them, more and more are starting to open up beneath Thrall's cloak as, yeah, they're starting to realize kind of the situation that's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens when you call a monster to your house.
Yep. Not the monster they had intended to call, but, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Memoir's just gonna try and grapple their ass again.
Yep, go for it. Roll advantage. With advantage.
Yep. That's a 17 for the first.
Mm-hmm.
And where is athletics? There it is. Come on. Dice parser, stop lagging, you piece of... And that's a 20 for the second.
Okay. I might not. Let's roll. Let's see. Finally, there we go. I'm specifically holding those other 2 portents for when it probably matters. So that's a 6. You now have a squishy thing.
Memoir has a squishy thing.
Memoir has a squishy. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, he... I'm assuming there's a coffee table in this sitting area?
There is, but whether it's in with the force cage is, that's a good question.
Good point. You know what, we'll just stick to pinning them to the ground.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's going to basically pin them to the ground and just settle over their stomach. He's gonna sit on them, and he's gonna smile at them.
Mm-hmm. Thrall's getting a very, very, very keen sense of deja vu. This seems,
So this is what it's like to be on the other end.
Yeah, basically, alright, I see where this is going. Really, that's more, it's just, I see, alright.
I've done this enough to know where this is going.
Yup. And, man, because they,
Do you want to have them do something before I have him, attack her?
Well, I was gonna do a thing,
Go ahead. Let's do the things.
Thrall hits the floor. Memoir's on top of them. Memoir, you're not looking at Thrall anymore.
He's looking right at them.
You're looking at Raph. Thrall's a changeling.
Oh, that does not get the reaction you want.
That's what I'd hoped for.
Thrall, that does not get the reaction you want.
That's what I'm hoping for, personally. But hey, let's go. What are the consequences of their actions?
There's just this wide fucking smile. Reminds you of a certain someone, as that smile finally does what it's been threatening to do this whole time. Clips off the edges of his face.
Mm-hmm.
Splits like a crescent moon, and he just grins and says, oh, you little shit, don't you fucking dare. And he grabs one of their arms, and he is going to try and hack through it at the shoulder
Mm-hmm.
with the secondhand sword.
Yup.
What do I roll for that?
Uh, Thrall is prone, so you get advantage, but you already have advantage, so...
Double advantage?
That's not how that works.
Shrug?
Oh, well, so first you have them grappled. Technically you would need to roll to pin, I believe. Is that right?
Oh.
Am I a fool? Or is that 3.5 that I'm still remembering? And,
I have no idea.
I'm double checking my fucking, I'm double checking really quick here. Grapple. Oh, okay. To the grappled condition. Yep, okay. So, okay. Uh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you could argue a roll to restrain. Which would still be at advantage, and then, you would then just automatically succeed on anything you try to do after.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, yeah, do a,
What am I rolling to restrain?
Uh...
Would that be athletics again?
Yeah, do athletics again.
Alrighty.
I forget because 5e removed a bunch of conditions that I'm used to, so I'm just like, oh crap, what does this do again?
Alrighty. That's the first one. And that's a 21.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can...
With the advantage, that's a 21.
Yeah, yeah, no, they fail. The only way they succeed is if they roll an 18 or higher, and they did not. So... That was a 9. So you now have Thrall very effectively pinned. They had initially, what they had tried to do with briefly looking like Wrath, had been to get you to pause long enough to get a spell in, to get like a chance to Misty Step in there. But you, yeah,
Unfortunately, that just pissed him off.
yeah. So, needless to say, Thrall now trapped. They quickly revert back to, the hood. You don't question how the hood is back over their face. It was like a creeping...
Changeling logic.
It was like a creeping blackness just kind of pulled it back up into place, so you couldn't see what the fuck's going on in there. But yeah, just, you've got a pinned Eldritch Horror. What are you gonna do with it?
Chop its arm off, apparently.
Chop its fucking arm off. Make me a strength check.
Sure.
Because it's not easy to do that.
How does a nat 20 do?
What the fuck?
Oh no!
Yeah, okay.
I don't know why he keeps getting these today!
Hey, Memoir? Hey, Memoir? Hey, Memoir. Hey, hi, hey. Roll damage. And
what kind of fucking damage? Just the regular secondhand sword damage?
Roll, yeah, and then fucking, we'll see from there. I guess fucking double it for funsies, because, yeah. Fuck.
Sorry, I don't know why he keeps getting these today.
No, it's fine.
I'm sure when it comes to, like, the actual, showdown thing, he's gonna regret this.
Yeah, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's gonna regret using up all these, nat 20s now. But in the moment, he's having fun. Okay, so that's 1d8 plus 2, plus roll 1d10 plus 2. 4,
So that's
9,
double
18.
It, 18. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Thrall. They don't... The sound that they make is it can't be called a shout, but it is very much animalistic in nature. That is very clearly something in pain, but oh, that ain't human. That sound
I'm
is not.
imagining like microphone feedback.
Yeah, that's kind of basically, yeah. It hurts to hear. It's not a natural thing. That's something that even a lot of tunes are like, how do you make that with your mouth? Um,
You make that noise with your mouth.
how do you make that noise with your mouth? As that arm, like the sword cleaves it clean off at the shoulder, uh, and it doesn't just like stay there. It actually it quickly dissolves and disintegrates into that like sticky black stuff that had been seeping from their chest. Um, and if any gets on your leg, Memoir, enjoy some scarring because that shit's caustic as fuck.
We'll worry about that
Yeah,
later.
we'll worry about that later. But yeah, the arm comes off. Thrall makes some unholy noise. Uh, and all of the eyes in their hood are open. They're all like wide, staring at Thrall, or staring at Memoir. It is the same look they had given Asclepius initially, and then they again. It's more just like it's almost like a chorus of bats screeching.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and they the the best way I know how to describe what they do um is it's like that blackness beneath their hood surges directly at you, Memoir. um they are in a lot of pain, so I actually need to I actually no, they don't need to do that. It's not concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Uh but they I was just making I was like, wait, do they need to roll to cast a spell? But I don't think they do. um
Nope. They are
so
probably still restrained,
they are
but
restrained, and I was double checking if they had any that were just vocal. Because they can still cast uh,
yeah.
vocal spells. Uh, and that one they can do, but let's do instead. Do you require a? You do. Fuck. Okay. Well, nope. Then they're gonna do that one instead. So it's that screeching of bats, but very clearly in your head, Memoir, you hear "Get off me," and make a wisdom save.
Just
Uh,
one.
I think. Hang on, let me double check. Yep, wisdom.
Okay, first one's an 18, and let's roll the advantage. Second one's a 22.
Yep, that makes it. So you do not take their suggestion, to get the fuck off of you or off of them.
And he laughs, and just as much as all of those eyes are staring at him, Thrall, I want to just tell you a bit of what is looking back at you, because this
Mm-hmm.
is not the person you imprisoned.
Yeah,
This
there.
is not your living archive. This is something entirely different.
This is not my beautiful archive. What the fuck is this?
This is something with far too many teeth and glowing golden eyes and far too wide of a smile. This is something with hair that curls and spirals in ways that draw the eyes in and hypnotize and make you forget where you are. This is something bright and shining and brilliant like the fucking sun.
Mm-hmm.
But rather than warm and comforting like the sun of summer, this is all of the force of standing under the magnifying glass with the sun beamed directly at you. You are a bug under the magnifying glass right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Memoir smiles, and those cracks that are climbing up his arms and across his face continue to leak golden blood and spew smoke. And he kind of looks his hands over and sighs and says, well, you were right about one thing. I do seem to be running out of time here. Oh well, let's get one last message in, shall we? And he is going to actually flip the second-hand sword in his hand, and as you watch, it shrinks. It goes from this long, almost rapier, down to the size of a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And he digs it into your chest, right below where your shoulder is, and drags a line right down to your hip diagonally.
Yep.
And he leans in very, very close to you.
Mm-hmm.
And he whispers in your face. And one moment. Forgot my lines.
You're good.
Time here is up. So let me leave you with this. Come after what's mine again? I don't care how close to the finale we are, or where you end up afterwards. I'll give you a cut to match this one and pop you open to see what sits where your heart should be. Savvy?
You don't get a response. You just get thousands and thousands of eyes glaring at you.
And those eyes get far, far too many sharp teeth smiling back as Memoir is going to stand up, and I'm going to roll a d10. Okay, this was the worst time for a fumble.
Hey, fuck it, you succeed. We're not doing that.
Okay, fuck it, I succeed. Fair enough. He reaches into hammer space and pulls out a blanket. And he's going to throw that over you before you can get up, Thrall.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to cast the spell Immovable Object.
Ah, fun.
You touch an object that weighs no more than 10 pounds and cause it to become magically fixed in place. You and creatures you designate when you cast this spell can move the object normally. This is only himself. If the object is fixed in the air, it can hold up to 4,000 pounds of weight. Yada, 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 etc. Basically, blanket of stay the fuck put.
Mm-hmm.
For an hour.
For an hour, yeah. Cool. Cool. Cool, 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 cool.
And he will just dust his hands off, flip his sword. It turns back into an umbrella right in front of your eyes.
Well, if they could see.
If they could see. They can't.
Nope.
They're in blanket hell.
Mm-hmm.
They are in blanket hell. God, honestly, it probably isn't even a blanket. It's like a bed sheet.
Listen, they're not going to be under there for long, for reasons. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
They are covered by a tarp. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
And Memoir will dust himself off, willingly dispel the force cage.
Mm-hmm.
And between one frame and the next, he's gone.
Yep. So that there is silence in the room for a long time. Um, Nothing seems to happen, at least that anyone can see, because again, immovable object. But, and I'm imagining, at least was, well, let me rephrase that. I'm going to use one of Thrall's portents to say that yes, a part of the of like a boot had been protruding from it before they were stuck in immovable blanket. Um and that that caustic black blood had kept going. Um
Mm-hmm.
and much in a similar vein to the Wicked Witch of the East shriveling under a house, that boot seems to literally wither away. And it's quiet for a minute. Nothing, there's no sound, there's no nothing. Uh, if if any of the Henriks peek in the room, they see very clearly a body under the tarp, but no movement and blood seeping from under it. And then, and I have to double check the time on this because it is a thing and it does, I think, take a second to do. Do 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 do. Is it? Okay, cool. And yeah, okay, cool. So it is just a save. Cool. So they have to roll on their fucking because you with that last attack you didn't even need to roll damage. Yeah, you dropped them to 0 with that. Um, After everything, so they save that hit, or they make their death save just because their last portent is a 20. Um,
Mm-hmm.
which means they regain 1 hit point. Which in this instance, everything is silent, and then there's a it. It don't feel right to look at it uh as this creeping glopping mass. uh Very much, I know the image I'm trying to evoke, and um it's it's what's his bitch from Ferngully.
Oh, the bastard.
Yeah, the pollution. um s- Literally slopping and popping out from under the blanket. And yeah, it's amorphous and shapeless until eventually a hand, a skeletal hand, reaches out of that mass, claws into the floor, and slowly a body starts to follow it. Um, any of the Henriks hanging around for that one?
For fun, I want to say yes.
Cool. Awesome. Hi, Kraken. Henrik gets a
Hi.
wonderful view of what is essentially Thrall reforming in front of them. And it's in layers almost. It is horrifying. And everything is blackened, and they would realize probably that it's almost the consistency of ink. And slowly they stand uh until they're fully back, clothing and all. I should very much stress.
Good clarification.
Yeah, they're all there. Don't want Henrik to have to fucking uh roll a fucking whiz save there. But Henrik, you notice something odd. Uh there's only one arm there.
Gotta tell you, Henrik's entire brain processor and it's like, damn, it's kind of fucked up.
Damn, that's fucked up. Wow, that's fucked up. There's a moment of what you can only imagine as strain. It's hard to tell just because all you can hear is like a gasping like a horrific gasping like breath. And then those are tentacles. Just kind of explode where the arm should be from the shoulder, and then they form a very, very loose approximation of an arm. And Thrall holds that arm up, flexes the quote-unquote fingers, looks at you, Henrik, or Henrix, and says, "Get back in the lab. Get working."
They'll do that. I have to imagine it ended up being all the Henriks just sort of Scooby-Doo stacking slowly by the end there.
Mm-hmm.
They can't not be nosy.
Scooby-Doo stack.
They can't not be nosy. And Thrall orders them back into the lab. Get working. I'm going to get that blood. And I think that might be where we call it, unless Memoir has anything final that he would like to do.
I will save what Memoir does immediately after for FPS I have discussed with other people.
Okay.
Because it's much more funny that way.
Cool. Love that.
Thank you so much for letting me violence your villain.
You're welcome.
I am so sorry the dice decided to help me.
No, it's fine, because see, now I can take Thrall's normal 19 level sheet, and I can throw that out the window and swap it for their final boss sheet.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You thought a DC of 18 is bad? Yeah. Try a DC of 21.
Good night, everybody!
Good night! And